Today we're going to read how a ship got stuck in the Suez Canal and then freed. This is a picture of the Ever Given. It is a very large ship and it is stuck sideways in the Suez Canal, blocking everyone. A huge cargo ship named the Ever Given got stuck in the Suez Canal on March 23rd. It's one of the largest ships in the world. The Suez Canal is an important shipping route. Ships use it to move goods all over the world. Ever Given blocked the canal sideways. It's caused a traffic jam of ships waiting to make it through. On March 29th, the giant cargo ship was finally set free. This was thanks to engineering solutions as well as some help from the moon and tides. Question: what is the Suez Canal and who controls it? The Suez Canal is a human-made waterway. It's 193 kilometers or 120 miles long. It links the Red and Mediterranean seas. The canal belongs to Egypt. The canal is a shortcut for ships. It allows them to travel faster between Europe and Asia. They can avoid having to go all the way around Africa. This makes the canal very important for international trade. How did the vessel get stuck? A sandstorm hit the Ever Given on March 23rd. The storm made it hard to see. There were heavy winds. The storm wedged the ship sideways across the canal. It's still unclear how this happened. In the heavy winds, the ship's stacked containers might have worked like sails. This could have moved the ship off course. The Ever Given is 400 meters or 1,300 feet long. That's about the same length as the Empire State Building. It's at the maximum length permitted for a ship to use the canal. There is very little wiggle room. What was done to get it out? Workers used dredging machines. Dredging is the process of digging sediment out of the bottoms of the bodies of water. Sediment includes materials such as stone and sand. The dredging machines cleared sand and mud from underneath the ship. See, here's a picture of them trying to dig out from underneath. And so they dug a little, they kind of dug it up. Okay, powerful tugboats also helped. More than a dozen tugboats worked together. This image right here shows us how they did it and the steps that they used. More than a dozen tugboats worked together. For days, they pushed and pulled the ship. On March 28th, officials started removing containers on the ship. They did this to try and make the ship lighter. This made it easier to move. On March 29th, the tides in the canal were high enough so that the crews could remove the ship from the shoreline and set it free. How did the moon and tides play a role? The ocean covers more than 2/3 of the Earth. Gravity is a force. It pulls objects with mass towards each other. These objects include planets, moons, and stars. The gravity of the Earth, the moon, and the sun affect the pull of ocean water on Earth. So do the paths that the Earth, moon, and sun take around each other. These paths are called orbits. The moon's gravity makes something called a tidal force. This force causes the Earth's water to bulge out. These bulges or pools happen on the side of the Earth closest to the moon. They also happen on the side farthest from the moon. The bulges are known as high tides. During the full moon and the new moon, the Earth, moon, sun, and sun line up. This leads to more extreme tides. There was a full moon on March 28th. It caused the tides that were bigger than normal. It helped push the canal's water level up as much as 46 centimeters. That's about 18 inches. Thanks to these forces, the fleet of tugboats were able to pull the stern of the Ever Given from the mud and the sand. Finally, they pulled the front of the ship out. This completely freed it. The ship became buoyant, which means that it was able to stay afloat. How has the stranding affected international trade? As of March 29th, more than 360 ships were waiting to use the canal. Delays at the canal meant that other delays too. It will affect the unloading schedules at other ports and docks. It can also delay the delivery of goods. So now let's go to our Google form and answer the comprehension questions. Remember, you must submit the form so that I can see your answers. Thank you.